Hey Empire Builders, welcome back to Kingdom Cash. Today we're diving into the hidden playbook that smart moneymakers are using right now to build wealth, while everyone else is playing the same old game. These aren't your typical save 10% of your income tips. No, we're going deep into strategies that can potentially add thousands to your bottom line each month. If you're tired of the same recycled advice and ready for some real tactical moves that the financial elite don't want you to know about, stick around. I promise that by the end of this video you'll have at least 3 actionable strategies you can implement today. Before we dive into our 10 powerful tactics, let's talk about something most gurus never mention. The real difference between the wealthy and everyone else isn't just their actions, it's their psychology. The wealthy have mastered what I call wealth consciousness, a mindset that allows them to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Every single tactic I'm about to share with you starts with this foundation. It's not just about following steps, it's about fundamentally changing how you view money, opportunity, and risk. Ready? Let's dive into these game-changing tactics that could potentially transform your financial life. Tactic number 1. Profit stacking methodology. Most people focus on creating one income stream. Smart people understand profit stacking, the art of creating multiple interconnected revenue sources that feed into each other and compound over time. Here's how it works. Instead of creating 5 separate businesses that each require 100% of your attention, you build one core business with 4 strategic profit extensions that use the same resources, audience, and systems. For example, if you're a fitness coach, your profit stack might include core business one-on-one coaching. Profit extension number 1. Digital product like a workout program. Profit extension number 2. Affiliate partnerships with supplement companies. Profit extension number 3. Small group coaching program. Profit extension number 4. Equipment rental or sales. The brilliance is that each extension requires minimal additional effort, but leverages your existing infrastructure. Your marketing for one automatically markets the others. Potential profit impact: $5,000 to $15,000 in additional monthly revenue within 90 days of proper implementation, with significantly less resource investment than creating separate businesses. Unlike traditional diversification, which spreads you thin, profit stacking concentrates your efforts while multiplying your returns. This isn't about working harder, it's about strategic alignment of revenue streams. Tactic number 2. The 72-hour money catalyst. This tactic comes from my study of behavioral economics and the psychology of urgency. I call it the 72-hour money catalyst, and it's transforming how smart entrepreneurs approach new opportunities. Here's the principle. When you identify a potential money-making opportunity, instead of endless research and planning, give yourself exactly 72 hours to take substantial action and generate your first dollar from it. This works because of 3 psychological triggers. It bypasses analysis paralysis, it creates immediate feedback data, and it forces simplification and focus on essential elements only. Now, let's break down the implementation steps. Hour 0 to 24, research and basic planning. Hour 24 to 48, create a minimum viable offer and outreach. Hour 48 to 72, refine and make your first sale. I recently mentored a client who used this method to test a new consulting service. Instead of spending months building the perfect program, she outlined her core offer, reached out to potential clients, and secured a $2,500 contract within 72 hours, all while learning exactly what her market actually wanted. Potential profit impact varies widely based on your industry, but expect $1,000 to $7,500 in initial revenue, with the real benefit being rapid market validation and elimination of unprofitable ideas. The 72-hour money catalyst isn't just about speed, it's about developing the muscle of execution that separates successful entrepreneurs from dreamers. Tactic number 3, reverse pricing architecture. This completely flips the traditional pricing model that's keeping most entrepreneurs in the struggle zone. Conventional wisdom says to start with lower-priced offerings and gradually move customers up to premium options. But data from over 300 successful businesses shows this approach actually suppresses revenue and increases marketing costs. Smart moneymakers use reverse pricing architecture instead. Create your premium, high-touch offering first, price it at the upper end of your market, and market this exclusively for 30 days. Use customer feedback to then create lower-priced derivatives. Here's why this works. Your initial customers get maximum value and become powerful case studies. You establish premium positioning from day one. And perhaps most importantly, you learn exactly what features to include in lower-priced options based on actual customer data. One of my students implemented this in her design business, launching with a $5,000 package instead of competing at the $500 level. Not only did she land 3 premium clients in her first month, but she discovered her market actually valued aspects of her service she hadn't originally emphasized. Potential profit impact: a 200 to 300% increase in average customer value compared to traditional pricing models, with potential additional increases in conversion rate due to a clearer value proposition. This approach requires confidence, but the financial rewards are substantial, and it actually reduces the total work required to close sales. Tactic number 4, strategic incompleteness loop. This tactic leverages a fascinating psychological phenomenon called the Zeigarnik effect, our brain's tendency to remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones. Smart entrepreneurs are implementing strategic incompleteness loops in their products and services to dramatically increase engagement, satisfaction, and lifetime customer value. Here's how it works. Identify the primary transformation your offer provides. Break this transformation into distinct phases. Strategically create meaningful gaps between phases. Provide clear pathways to close these gaps. For example, if you sell a course on real estate investing, don't deliver all modules at once. Instead, release Module 1, then require completion of a specific action, like analyzing 3 properties before Module 2 unlocks. This creates anticipation while ensuring real-world application. The key distinction: this isn't about withholding value, it's about structuring delivery for maximum implementation and success. Potential profit impact. While direct revenue increase varies, businesses implementing this method report 50 to 70% higher completion rates and 80 to 120% increases in customer lifetime value due to significantly improved results and subsequent purchases. One fitness entrepreneur implemented this with her 12-week program and saw refund rates drop from 8% to less than 1%, while referrals increased by 340%. Tactic number 5, micro-authority positioning. Forget trying to become an authority in broad, highly competitive markets. Smart moneymakers are implementing what I call micro-authority positioning, becoming the dominant voice in ultra-specific market segments. The formula: identify a profitable broader market, say fitness, then find an underserved subsegment like fitness for new mothers. Create specialized language and frameworks specific to this segment. Dominate this micro-niche before strategic expansion. The brilliance is in the math. Instead of being the 1,000th voice in a market of millions, you become the number 1 voice in a market of thousands. Your marketing costs plummet while conversion rates soar. Case study. One of my clients specialized in helping specifically female executives in the pharmaceutical industry with leadership development. Despite the narrow focus, she reached $40,000 monthly revenue within 90 days, with virtually no competition, and clients who felt she was the only person who truly understood their specific challenges. Potential profit impact: 300 to 500% increase in conversion rates compared to broader positioning, with 40 to 60% reduction in customer acquisition costs. Specialized positioning also typically supports premium pricing, adding another 25 to 50% to revenue. While it might seem counterintuitive to narrow your focus, the financial mathematics make this approach substantially more profitable than competing in broader markets. Tactic number 6, the profit circulation system. This tactic revolutionizes how you handle business profit and creates extraordinary growth with minimal additional effort. Most business owners extract profit and either 1. Spend it personally, or 2. Reinvest randomly based on current needs. Smart moneymakers implement a structured profit circulation system. Divide all profit into 4 specific money buckets: 25% tax reserve, 25% owner compensation, 25% strategic growth fund, and 25% opportunity fund. Establish strict rules for how each bucket can be utilized. Create regular circulation reviews to optimize fund utilization. The magic happens in the opportunity fund. This capital is specifically earmarked for unexpected high ROI opportunities that most business owners can't capitalize on because their profit is either spent or already allocated. I implemented this with one e-commerce business owner who was able to purchase inventory at 70% discount during a competitor's liquidation. an opportunity he would have missed without his designated opportunity fund. That single purchase yielded $43,000 in profit on a $12,000 investment. Potential profit impact. Properly implemented, this system typically generates 20 to 30% annual business growth purely from optimized profit deployment, separate from other growth initiatives. The difference between random reinvestment and strategic profit circulation can literally be hundreds of thousands of dollars over just a few years. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on our latest tips and tricks for building your empire. Tactic number 7. Attention arbitrage method. This might be the most powerful tactic on this list for those who can implement it correctly. The attention arbitrage method exploits inefficiencies in how markets value audience attention across different platforms. Smart moneymakers identify platforms where attention is undervalued, cheaper to acquire, and monetize that attention where it's overvalued, more expensive. Here's the implementation framework. Identify emerging or undervalued attention platforms, often newer social platforms. Build audience there using platform-native content strategies. Create strategic redirection to monetization platforms. Rinse and repeat as platform economics shift. Real example. One entrepreneur built a massive following on a new social platform using 30 minutes of content creation daily. While others ignored the platform, she accumulated over 100,000 followers in 4 months. She then redirected this attention to her existing products, generating over $150,000 in new revenue from an audience that cost virtually nothing to build. Potential profit impact. When executed properly during optimal platform timing windows, ROI can exceed 2,000% compared to traditional paid advertising channels. Even conservative implementations typically see 300 to 500% improved return over standard marketing approaches. The key is identifying these opportunities early and moving quickly. The arbitrage opportunity diminishes as markets become more efficient. Tactic number 8, invisible pricing psychology. This tactic comes from advanced behavioral economics research and completely transforms how your offers are perceived and valued. Most business owners focus entirely on the visible elements of pricing, the actual numbers. Smart moneymakers understand that invisible pricing factors often have greater impact on purchasing decisions. Implementation framework, strategic anchoring through comparison sequencing, cognitive ease optimization and price presentation, temporal reframing of investment, and decision environment design. For example, instead of simply presenting a $2,000 program, you might first present the comprehensive enterprise solution at $10,000, anchoring. Format the $2,000 price as $1,997 with specific typography choices, cognitive ease. Express the investment as $5.47 per day rather than a lump sum, temporal reframing. Present the offer after a high-value content sequence when dopamine levels are elevated, decision environment. Each element is subtle, but the combined impact is substantial. One coaching client implemented these principles and saw conversion rates increase from 4% to 11%, with no change to her actual product or core pricing. Potential profit impact typically produces 30 to 70% improvements in conversion rates without reducing prices or profit margins. For a business doing $20,000 monthly, this could mean an additional $6,000 to $14,000 monthly with no increased marketing spend. These principles work across virtually all industries and price points, from physical products to high-ticket services. Tactic number 9, reciprocity amplification loops. This strategy exponentially increases customer lifetime value by systematically deploying structured reciprocity triggers throughout the customer journey. The science is fascinating. When someone receives unexpected value, they feel a deep psychological need to reciprocate. Smart moneymakers have developed systems to consistently create and capitalize on these moments. Implementation framework. Map your entire customer journey. Identify 5 to 7 strategic reciprocity insertion points. Create unexpected value deliveries at each point, and follow each with a relevant but non-pressuring advancement opportunity. For example, after a customer purchases your entry-level product, you might send them a physical gift package with useful tools related to their goals. This unexpected value creates strong reciprocity, making them far more likely to engage with the next step recommendation that follows. One software company implemented this approach and saw their upgrade rate increase from 14% to 39%, while simultaneously reducing support tickets by 27%. Potential profit impact. When properly implemented across the full customer journey, this typically increases customer lifetime value by 40 to 90%, while simultaneously improving satisfaction and referral rates. The key is ensuring the reciprocity moments feel authentic and genuinely valuable. Customers are increasingly sensitive to manipulative tactics. Tactic number 10, the asymmetric value model. Our final tactic might be the most powerful for creating rapid business growth. The asymmetric value model creates situations where you deliver high value to clients with minimal resource investment from your business. Most business models create direct relationships between effort and compensation. More work equals more money. Smart moneymakers break this connection by designing asymmetric value exchanges. Implementation framework. Identify resources you have easy or inexpensive access to, but are valuable to others. Create structured access to these resources for mutual benefit, and design self-reinforcing systems that grow stronger with each transaction. Example. A consultant I worked with had relationships with several journalists. Rather than monetizing these directly, she created a system where her clients could gain media exposure through her connections. This access became her most valuable offering, yet required minimal ongoing work from her team. Another entrepreneur created partnerships with complementary service providers, negotiating special rates for his audience. He received 15% commission on all referred business while providing substantial value to both his audience and partners, with almost zero fulfillment cost. Potential profit impact. When structured correctly, asymmetric value models can generate 300 to 700% higher profit margins than traditional service models. Some well-designed systems can scale to $50,000 plus monthly with minimal team infrastructure. This approach requires creative thinking about your assets, networks, and knowledge, but creates some of the most profitable and sustainable business models possible. Now that I've shared these 10 powerful tactics, you might feel a bit overwhelmed. That's natural. The key isn't implementing everything at once, but selecting the right tactics for your current situation. Here's my recommendation for your next steps. Evaluate your current business against each tactic. Select the two with highest potential impact for your specific situation. Create a 30-day implementation plan focused solely on these tactics. Document results, and iterate before adding additional strategies. Remember, the difference between knowledge and power is application. Having these tactics is just the first step. Implementing them consistently is where the real magic happens. My most successful students typically see significant results within 30 to 45 days of proper implementation. Some see dramatic changes in as little as a week, particularly with tactics like the 72-hour money catalyst and invisible pricing psychology. Here's the truth most gurus won't tell you. The financial elite have been using variations of these tactics for decades. The difference is they keep these strategies within closed networks, while selling simplified, less effective basics to the masses. By implementing even a few of these approaches, you're playing a completely different game than most entrepreneurs, one with dramatically better odds of success. This isn't about getting lucky or working harder than everyone else. It's about strategic positioning and leverage, creating systems where $1 of effort consistently returns $5, $10, or even $100 in value. And here's something else to consider. These tactics become even more powerful during economic uncertainty. While others are retreating, those implementing these strategies are often able to capture market share and build momentum that persists long after conditions improve. As we wrap up today's training, you're at a critical decision point. You can treat this as interesting content but continue with business as usual, implement one or two tactics half-heartedly, and see modest results, or fully commit to strategic implementation and potentially transform your financial trajectory. I obviously hope you'll choose option 3, not just because these tactics work, but because I genuinely believe more entrepreneurs need to understand these principles. The marketplace rewards those who provide exceptional value while building sustainable, profitable businesses. These tactics help you do exactly that. They're not shortcuts or tricks, but strategic approaches to creating and capturing real value. Thanks for tuning into Kingdom Cash, where we turn ideas into income. Remember, as you build your online empires, be kind, be humble, and be generous. The world needs more of that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Kingdom Cash.